We have an amazing show planned for today. Brian Hinch, thank you so much for allowing us into Ted's Beer Hall here. We are so excited to learn about this building and the history of this area.
Man, Ted's Beer Hall, the rumor is this should be a church, right?
Absolutely.
Well, hey, man, the Spirit's moving me to get drinking here. Let's get started.
I have always known this for the cemetery out here.
Yeah, that's right. We're haunted.
I'm here for the schools. You know, this is one of the fastest growing school systems in our area.
And one of the reasons it's one of the fastest growing school systems is because this is the fastest growing construction area.
And by the way, we are in Royville. My middle name is Roy, so make that connection.
Lonnie, you're not that old. 1834. Well, maybe it is when you're that old. I don't know. All I can say is Huntertown is a fastest growing area. We're going to talk about it today, but we got to get started, guys. Lonnie, here's a bottle of pop for you.
Oh, thank you.
How's that? Cool. All right, guys, let's get started with the open.
Let's do this.
Okay.
Welcome to Between the Studs. We are Granite Ridge Builders, custom builders serving northern Indiana, northwest Ohio, and also parts of southern Michigan. We have been building custom homes for almost 2 decades, and we're really passionate about what we do. So join us today as we explore the processes, the trends, and also tips that characterize today's new home. Thanks for watching.
Welcome back. Today, for our special feature, we're going to continue our designation areas, and today's special designation is going to be Huntertown. Now, we're located today at Ted's Market and Beer Hall. It's right at the corner of Union Chapel and Coldwater Road. And this is one of the fastest growing areas, so we're going to talk all about Huntertown today.
We are in Northeast Indiana. We are in Allen County and an area called Perry Township. And as Tony said, this area is really growing fast. It's a population of about 10,000, and since 2010, it's grown 90%.
Wow.
Some of the roads that describe this area are like Simon Road to the north, Carroll Road to the south, Coldwater to the east, for example. And there's also roads like Gump and Cedar Canyons and Lima Road, which is also known as State Road 3, and even Old Lima Road. And we're in an area that has really grown very rapidly.
Wow.
And part of that's because of some more subdivisions, and we've got some really hot ones we're going to talk about in just a second.
Well, like I said at the beginning, part of the reason for the growth is the school system. This is one of the most popular school systems in our area. I know, my kids went there. Also, things like we mentioned, we're building a lot up here. We have lots that have great topography. There's a great trail system, all things that make this a popular area to move to.
And part of this, we need to go way back to the beginning, before Royville.
Okay.
This was actually called the opening because this was a natural break from all of the forest and the woods around here. And so that's what started this whole area. But part of this natural opening means that there's nothing but trees and woods around it. And that is why we have some great hiking through here. And we also have some great nature preserves, such as Bicentennial Woods.
Which is my personal favorite. It's only a few minutes from my house, and we go there on a regular basis. It is awesome.
And we have Cook's Landing, which is right down the road from that. It's a nice little picnic area right on Cedar Creek there.
And part of what you're talking about is why our new subdivision at the quarry, the preserves at the quarry, is so beautiful. I mean, this is some of the best tree-lined lots I've seen in a long time.
In 1833, we had a couple of axemen. There were 3 of them that came together. They cleared this area, and then they built roads, taverns, a general store, and all of that was built off of Lima Road, which was the main road at that time.
By the way, Mike, I looked it up because I'm a history nut. Dunton must have owned everything. He had an orchard, and then he had the first beer hall. So, Brian, move over. The beer hall was here before he was.
And then eventually, of course, they needed a cemetery. And so in 1834, they bought the land here for the first cemetery, which was purchased from Mr. Blair, and it was purchased by the township. And then shortly after that, in 1837, Huntertown was established and founded right here.
This was a great area for settlers from Canada and New York, and partially it was because of the 3 rivers that came through, and then there were railroad tracks that ran right into town.
And it was also a very popular farming area because they had cleared it, and also it was flat. And one thing farmers love is flat.
That's true.
And Huntertown set on the Lima Plank Road, which was a road that ran from, actually Lima was Howe, Indiana, and it ran down to Fort Wayne, and Huntertown was right on the middle of the Lima Plank Road.
Then in 1849, they were able to lay planks and make Lima Road for stagecoaches to travel.
And I've always heard it called Plank Road in the old days, so that was fun.
Yep.
Now, after the stagecoach, a lot of people don't know, railroads became essential. So in the 1870s, they built a railroad all the way from Grand Rapids to here, changed the whole area, made the growth grow bigger. That was a very, very important idea.
Huntertown was platted in 1869, and then it was incorporated in 1966. Now, back in the 19th century, there were a lot of weather observations that were happening out here on a Huntertown farm. So Rapin Andrews, back in the 1800s, started documenting all of these weather observations. He died about 10 years later, and then his family kept up on those diaries till 1874. They were turned over to the Weather Bureau, which is now the National Weather Service, in 1934. So a lot of history when it comes to weather right here in Huntertown.
Now, Lonnie, you said Huntertown is growing at a rapid rate, and we still see those trends happening today. And people are moving out of urbanized areas like Fort Wayne and coming up to these subdivisions, and Granite Ridge is a huge part of that move. In preparation for the growth that Huntertown is seeing, Town Council has expanded to more members. They're building a new water treatment plant, and they're making all of the preparations to make sure that they can handle this influx of people moving into this area.
I know I sound like a broken record, but I still say it's the schools. That's why people are moving to this
It is
area.
true. They really are a draw.
In 1997, Huntertown established their own newspaper, the Northwest News.
I'm a subscriber.
Me too. I
Subscriber.
get that one.
I get it as well. I get
There's
it as well.
newspaper stuff.
And they started in the...
Wait, did you hear what she just said?
I heard it. I heard it.
You just barged our name back here.
In 1997, they started in the Huntertown State Bank. And the famous thing about that Huntertown State Bank is it's where John Dillinger actually robbed the bank. Bullets were shot, and there's still a hole. They need to fix that window, by the way. A hole in one of those windows in the bank building.
Now, Huntertown is referred to as a suburb of Fort Wayne, also considered a commuter town because of how many people go back and forth. This has also been such a fast-growing area that most of the homes have been built in the last 2 decades. So some people refer to it as a bedroom community as well.
It's a great area, and the trails continue to add in this area as well. Since 2017, we've added a 10-foot wide trail on the south side of Gump that connects Cedar Canyon all the way to Huntertown Elementary.
So, Izzy, I have a question. Is that part of the Pufferville Trail too?
It does, it connects to it, so you can easily get to it from that trail.
Of course, we are so excited because we have lots located right by the trails, right by the Bicentennial Woods. We have the preserves at the quarry. We're so excited. These are gorgeous. There's woods, there's topography. We have a gorgeous model that we're getting ready to open out there at the quarry. And then Hunter's Reserve. I would say this is probably the fastest selling community in all of Allen County. We have Hunter's Reserve, and this does qualify for that special financing that we've talked about in the past.
And the location is right off, watch this, just right off of Plank Road or the old Lima Road and Gump Road.
And it's across from the Willows, one of the best burgers you can
Absolutely.
get anywhere. And then finally, everybody knows the Irene Byron Tuberculosis Sanatorium. That's been a lot of things over the years. It started out as an orphanage, and then became a nursing home, mental health facility. Of course, now we all know that it's just been torn down. And that's the big speculation. What is going in where Byron Health used to be? I'm hoping for Target, yes.
Chick-fil-A.
Again, with the Chick-fil-A. Okay, guys, we got to get started. That was really information. Stay tuned. We've got tremendous amounts more here for you, but the big one is going to be, we're going to talk about the town of Royville. Izzy, Mike, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Ready to
Okay,
go.
no goofing around. You're going to have the first segment. All right, so let's get started.
Okay, Lonnie, it's 7 minutes from there to Chick-fil-A.
We gotta do it.
Far off.
So the first segment is going to be about Royville, and Ted's here, but it's a stage. So you know, Mike, we've got to take our chance to kind of take our show back on the road.
Yeah.
Last time we tried this, we got kicked off the embassy stage, and we're not going to have that happen here today.
We've been practicing hard, Izzy. Let's do this.
It's okay. So first what we're going to do is we're going to start off, we're going to get you guys a couple of, so you can do some juggling balls. Here, you know, it's a simple trick. You just do like that and you make some things happen. But what we're going to do here is,
Where does this keep coming from?
all right, let me do this. Put your hand down there, all right? So what we're going to try to do here is we're going to take these two balls. We're going to take one of them, put it in my hand, put the other in your hand, hold it nice and tight. Be careful. If you're not careful, they disappear. And all of a sudden you've got three, you got three to juggle there. All right, let's see your juggling act. Let's get it going. And scene. Thank you very much for not kicking us off. But
Before we get kicked out of here, let's just bring Brian in.
I think
we need to get this started
yeah,
here.
let's get started here. Okay, come
Brian,
on
if
up.
you want to join us up on stage here.
Take a seat right there, good sir.
So Brian, we want to talk to you a little bit about Royville, Ted's. What was your inspiration for starting Ted's as a grocery store in the first place?
So yeah, my grandfather Ted started up a grocery store chain in Ohio, and so here I thought maybe I could do a little bit of what he did. Turns out he was much better at groceries than I was, so we quickly pivoted into the beer hall and restaurant.
Yeah. I have a fun fact, actually. So Chief Supermarket that your grandpa started in Defiance, Ohio, they opened a chain in Paulding, Ohio. That's where I grew up. That was my first job right out of high school, was working at Chief Supermarket as a bag boy and carry-out. So,
Yeah, awesome.
small world here.
Brian, can you help us out here, though? We've talked about Royville, and we've been trying to figure out, is it named after the farmer's first name or last name? I said, obviously, it's his first name. That's where Royville came from. You think it's his last name? I don't know.
I've got it on good authority that the Roy family used to live up here, and it's based on their last name.
Score one for Mike.
All right.
Is he?
Wow.
So we have a couple of questions about the way that you run this business here. You know, you run this place with local suppliers. You get your meats from local suppliers. You get your beer from local breweries. Why do it that way rather than just going to a local box store where you could get probably better pricing?
Yeah, I think being able to support your local community is huge. We live here in Fort Wayne. We want to keep the money here in Fort Wayne. There's no reason to send it off to some big box store headquarters in some other state. So we also think it gives you a better product. I mean, there's a little bit of challenge with some inconsistency in having to work with supply chain and growing conditions in Indiana, not exactly year-round, but you know, we're willing to work through some of those things and adjust our menu. It keeps us fresh and seasonal as well.
And I can vouch for the quality of food and drink here. This is one of our favorite locales to come to. Every time you come out here, if you come out on a Tuesday night, you got trivia. Kayla and I are actually two-time trivia champions. I'm not bragging, but whatever. Thursday night, you have food trucks out here, and then you have live music here 2 to 3 times a week, which keeps everything popping around here.
Yeah. It's a hopping place, especially on Thursdays in the summer. Food trucks are coming right around the corner.
You got traffic backed up to all the way down Coldwater to DuPont.
That's right.
Now, what is the inspiration? If you look around in here, you see a lot of flags hanging. It's this long kind of style beer hall. What was the inspiration behind that when you guys decided to design this?
Yes, my heritage is German. Ted was German, and so we always enjoyed having a good beer. And so the idea of the beer hall was one of those things that lended itself to the architecture of the building, as well as kind of the idea for what we thought would be successful around here.
Well, Brian, we really appreciate you letting us come in and get this behind the scenes look. We wish you a ton of success, and thank you for keeping things local.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Appreciate it, guys.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, guys, so I'm going to break back into my old days. I want to interview you, okay?
So excited.
We're here at Choice Designs. We want to tell you all of the great things that they do here. So, Kayla, let's start with design. What can Choice Designs help us with?
So Choice Designs is a great interior design company for anybody who is remodeling their home potentially, kitchen and bath designs, to full add-on remodels. They can assist in staging. So whether you're staging your home for sale, whether you're staging your home if you have a rental or something like that, they do any sort of those types of services. But it really is a great place to come for interior design services because just like Granite Ridge, we've designed this showroom to have everything here as a one-stop shop, if at all possible. So you're going to have all of the samples that you need to pick your flooring, your countertop, your backsplash, anything that you can think of. It should be here in this showroom, just like it is at Granite Ridge.
One-stop shop, that's the best. So let's also talk. Elizabeth thinks I have a shopping problem. She may be right. Let's talk about all the things we can buy here. They have great furniture that we can come in and buy right here.
They do. So they have furniture, they have accessories, they have things for your walls. So they have beautiful artwork. But I want to touch on one thing that's really important. When it comes to our homeowners that are building new homes, what Choice Designs can do is window treatments.
Yes.
So you all need blinds for your home, and they are the best place to come and have those done.
You get a little discount too. We're built with Granite Ridge. Finally, let's talk just a little bit about some of the flooring options that we have here.
So Choice Designs is a full flooring retailer, which is awesome because they have all the samples possible from almost any manufacturer when it comes to tile, wood, vinyl plank, again, the backsplashes, the mosaics, the carpet, anything you're looking for. Don't forget, a really important one you can purchase here, rugs, because the huge trend right now is all hard surface flooring. rugs can be kind of hard to shop for, and they have lots of options here. And when we're talking about renovating and remodeling, one really big trend that we see all the time are tile showers, or what people want to put in. And you have all the best options here, from the Schluter system to the design, the finishes of the tiles, and options here to pick from. So really, sky's the limit. Choice Designs has everything possible for you, and it's in a great location.
It is. We are located off of CARROLL Road. Now, if you remember maybe 10 or 15 years ago, Choice Designs and Granite Ridge Builders shared the same location. So they have moved, if you didn't know that, located off of CARROLL Road towards CARROLL High School. So it's very convenient. You can pull it up on the map, and they would love to meet with you.
Right across from the fairgrounds, Allen County Fairgrounds. So all you have to do is make your appointment at Choice Designs today.
Yeah, I think we all agree that Huntertown is a very special place in our area of the world. And one of the things that makes it special is the fact that Granite Ridge has not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 different subdivisions where you can find a lot and build a custom home.
We do, Lonnie. We have Carroll Creek, first of all, located right across from CARROLL High School. We're excited about this community. It's a smaller community. We have spec homes that are available, ranch homes, 2-story homes.
And also, Elizabeth, we have a number of sites that are centered on this beautiful pond in Carroll Creek.
We do. Now we have another location, Lonnie, Grayson Heights.
Right.
So this is a little further. We're down off of Tonkel Road. This has an Auburn address, but this is Allen County.
Northwest
Allen County Schools.
Right,
so this is off of Tonkel Road, across from the old Deer Track Golf Course.
Right. Larger lots.
These are larger lots, and one of my favorite things is yard irrigation.
Right.
So yard irrigation is included on every lot in the front and sides of the home.
Again, ranches, 2 stories, basements, and slabs with a lot of beautiful pond views.
And we have 43 lots available over there. Many have sold, but we still have some available. Now let's move on to our next subdivision over in the quarry.
Right.
So we have the quarry, the preserves,
right,
at the quarry,
right,
and then we have Shadow Creek Estate. So
right,
we have a lot going on over there. These are our estate homes.
I love the topography in the quarry.
I do too. I do too. So this is located, you can access it from Coldwater or from Cedar Canyon Road. We have a great model that's just getting finished in there, and then of course we're going to be building our big model here in the upcoming year.
Right, and there's another area, a brand new area called Shadow Creek, and it's actually attached to the preserves, and you can get to that one off of, well, you could get to it technically off of Cedar Canyons or Coldwater Road. Beautiful estate lots, incredible backyards on a lot of those homes.
And this is located right by the Bicentennial Trail. So one of a kind location. We're really excited. Granite Ridge Builders has a lot of lots available in there, so we'd love to put one on hold. And then finally, our newest subdivision, Lonnie, is Hunter's Reserve.
Right, it is going so well at Hunter's Reserve. The streets are ready to go in, and we've already sold about half the lots. But this is more of our affordable range, and we have special financing that we can offer at Hunter's Reserve.
And this is located at Gump and Lima Road, so easy access to just about anything. So Granite Ridge Builders is excited to be out in the Huntertown area. Give us a call today. We would love to build you your new home in this growing area.
Charity, we cannot talk about Huntertown without talking about the award-winning school system that we have here. And from what I understand, you kind of bleed Carroll blue.
I do bleed Carroll blue. I had 4 kids that went through the school system. I tell people all the time, it's huge, but it makes itself work for I have 4 very different children, and it works for every one of them. And they have said when they went to college, it was easier than high school because Carroll prepared them so well.
And part of the true success of Carroll High School is because of the middle schools that feed into it, like the Carroll Charters Middle School.
That's right. They have some great mascots. At Maple Creek, where my kids went, we were the Bobcats. We did the Bobcat Rumble there.
Do we have video of that? We also have 8 elementary schools that are in there, including one of the newer ones, which is Aspen.
Aspen Meadows, just been open for a couple years. They're the Bulldogs. That's their mascot out there. And then Perry Hill is where my kids went, and they were the Cougars.
I heard they were good, but I also heard a lot of great things about the ARCOLA Eagles.
That's right, the ARCOLA Eagles. And then you have OAKVIEW, which is right behind Perry Hill.
And who could ever forget about the Cedar Canyon Falcons? I just love their logo and their mascot.
Well, we've talked about the high school. The elementary school that's closest there is Hickory Center. They're the Huskies at Hickory Center.
And in the heart of Huntertown is Huntertown Elementary School, and they're the WILDCATS.
I think the only one we haven't gotten to yet is Eel River. They're the Otters at Eel River. Now, all of these schools have a great camaraderie. They all work together and they come to that one high school at the end. There is some competition. They'll do like different fundraisers for different nonprofit organizations. They'll compete against each other. One of them I know ends with a pie in the face of one of the principals.
And these are all just a few of the reasons of why Huntertown and Northwest Allen County Schools are a great place to build your new home.
Go Chargers.
Well, Kayla and I are so excited to introduce you a sneak peek of our new model coming in Shadow Creek, which is located off of Coldwater Road. This is going to be the most spectacular home Granite Ridge Builders has ever built as a model. There's so much to talk about. Kayla, why don't you get us started? What's going into this house?
There is so much, it's really hard to even explain where to begin. We are in the design phase right now, and what I'm excited about is you're going to be able to follow the progress of this home, watching between the studs for the next year that it takes to build it. So really excited about that. But this is going to be an amazing home, like Elizabeth said, in Shadow Creek Estates, a wonderful, beautiful lot that backs up to the Bicentennial Woods that we've mentioned in this show before. When you pull up to this house, is going to be a beautiful home with a wonderful entry, almost a garden-like feel. So we're really focusing this house on wellness. And that's going to be the very front of this. There's probably going to be a water feature. Haven't really figured out all the details yet, but that's what we're going to get into here in the next several months. And again, the entry is going to be absolutely gorgeous, focusing on wellness, but there's a lot to talk about on the inside.
There is. So first of all, an elevator. There is a lower level, so we're putting an elevator in, so this accommodates everyone when it comes to wellness. A wine grotto, a wine cellar, a steam shower.
Yes. I mean, when you walk through this house, you're going to have a beautiful kitchen setting off your entryway here, the wonderful ceiling heights and some great symmetry coming into a back patio veranda that's going to have retractable screens, so you have the option of outdoor living space that's open or a screened-in porch, depending on the weather and the time of day. It is a great feature, and we're really excited about that.
This has a huge owner suite with a sitting area. The owner's bathroom is very luxurious with a huge soaking tub, like I mentioned, a steam shower, and then the closet is incredible.
Insane. We have a huge walk-through closet, a little coffee bar even in this area, with a little secret that we might have to hold off for later before we tell you that one. But I love when we're going into the lower level. Now, Elizabeth, the one thing we cannot forget about, and my husband, I don't know if I'll be able to get him away from this house once he finds out how amazing it can be, but we have a golf simulator in the basement of this home. I am so excited about designing this space. Not but a golf simulator, but then a theater room as well. So the combination is going to be so cool.
And then if that's not for you, we have a craft room. So there is a lot of things going into this home, really everything that you can think of. The lower level is gorgeous. This is 4 bedrooms, lots of bathrooms. So stay tuned and watch us follow the progress of this new model home.
Well, today we've talked a lot about Huntertown, the location, what's in here, but a lot of people don't know. Huntertown has been growing so fast, and now there are so many things to do that people haven't either seen. I thought we would take this segment and discuss some of the really, really important and also fun things that are now going on in Huntertown that we're all finding out.
Yeah, let's start with outdoor activities. You know, there are a ton of parks in Huntertown, a lot of trails, a lot of nature preserves. So first things first, let's talk about Bicentennial Acres. Kayla, you touched on this earlier. It's an 80-acre preserve. It's got about 2.5 miles worth of trails, and you would not know that you're in Allen County. It feels like you're, you know, hiking up and down hills around there. Next, let's go to Huntertown Elementary School. It's a great school right across from the fire department there. Behind the elementary school, we have the Huntertown Lions baseball fields. So there's 3 baseball fields there.
I spent so much time there. I might have a permanent bleacher.
Did the kids win?
Of course. My one son was on the first travel baseball team that the Lions Club sponsored.
Well, that's impressive.
Yeah. I am showing my age. Back to what you were talking about, Mike.
So 3 baseball fields, they have a batting cage. They also have a pavilion there where you could have picnic and lunch and grills and everything like that. Next, let's go to the Cooks Landing County Park. So that's just down the road from Bicentennial Acres. It's a smaller preserve there, but they have the same sort of thing. And it butts right up to Cedar Creek, which is a national scenic river. So that's a beautiful area there as well. Peyton County Park, that's going to be more for your nature lovers. You're going to see wetlands, wooded areas. Great for bird watching and some hiking trails that go through there as well. Everybody knows about the Allen County Fairgrounds. So that's here in Huntertown as well. And then finally the Huntertown Family Park. Now this is the big one. It's 27 acres right there in the middle of downtown. They have an amphitheater out there where they have live music and performances and everything like that. A free-range dog park where it's one of only 3 dog parks.
So cool. I mean,
Wayne,
we take our dog there, take it off the leash, let it run like crazy. It sleeps so well that night after going to that dog park.
You or the dog?
Yes.
Of course, there are a bunch of events in Huntertown, too. Everybody knows about Huntertown Heritage Days. It's the second week in August. It's at the park. The Lions Club have a big fish fry, and there's even a pageant. So, you know, that's my favorite part of it.
I prefer the lighting of the Christmas tree, and so that's going to be the first Sunday after Thanksgiving. You're going to be out there. It started in 2016, I think. And what they've done is they had this really nice ceremony where you get to flip the lights to turn the Christmas tree on. And in order to find out who's going to do it, though, they have a small writing contest amongst the elementary schools. Whoever has the top 5 submissions gets to have the honor of flipping on the Christmas lights.
And awesome. Little known fact, it's the only Christmas tree in the area that actually does a Christmas pickle, which is why Izzy likes it so much. And there are so many great events that happen, you know, once a year in the Huntertown area, but there's also some amazing restaurants that are open all the time. Go there anytime. My favorite, though, has got to be the Willows.
Oh, yeah.
The Willows restaurant.
You and Joe. Yeah.
Great wings.
My husband loves that place.
And then there's also the Nine House, which is an incredible place to go for specialty food like Burmese food, for example. I love it. And then we also have Dairy Queen and Pizza Hut. That just moved to town about a year ago.
Hey, don't forget about Pepe's.
Right.
I mean,
Pizza.
Pepe's is some really good pizza through there. So just take a look at some of the local cuisine around Huntertown. You are not going to be disappointed.
You left out Sweet Sanity.
And
Who doesn't
most
love
important.
the ice
Ice cream
cream?
place, yeah.
Don't forget about Timmy's Pizza and Barbecue as well. They've won
That's
Rib
really
Fest
good.
for the ribs
I
a
didn't
few
know
years
that.
in a row here. Yeah.
And there's a coffee shop too. So I mean, really, Huntertown
Well,
has
if
it all.
you're going to start naming all of them, you forgot to mention Ted's again. I mean, Ted's is the place.
It has a Fort Wayne address. That's why we were just trying.
No, my favorite place has to be Country Heritage. We can't forget about that. It has grown so much over the last several years. It is absolutely huge now. There's some great outdoor patio space. There's even a pizza shop there now. It is really cool.
It's really nice to see live music out there.
All the
Yeah.
time.
Awesome.
Yes.
And news alert, they're bringing in a distillery now, too.
Oh, very cool.
By the way, that's not Huntertown. That's in the suburbs of Huntertown, up State Road 3.
Close enough.
It's Huntertown.
Now, we cannot forget about some great shopping at Choice Designs, where we're here right now. We can't forget about this. So it is a great place to come, make an appointment. They have amazing furniture, a lot of design services. Really, this is a wonderful place. It is on Carroll Road, very close to the high school, pretty much across from the fairgrounds. You can't miss it. It is a great place to come.
Okay, and we're running out of time. Hopefully you've seen that Huntertown has a lot to offer. It's been a lot of fun talking about it today, but we got to close. Kayla, would you close for us?
Absolutely. Thank you all so much for joining us today. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about who we are, what we do, and why we do what we do so well, please pick up the phone and give us a call. Visit our website, or even better yet, come into our office. We would love to meet you and show you all about the possibilities of living in Huntertown.
Okay.
I got
Kayla,
some
I need
shopping
your
to do.
opinion.
We have a super exciting show planned for you guys today. We're here with Brian Hinch, owner of Ted's Beer Hall, and I am extremely excited to learn about this building. I am excited.
Punch the excitement. Really excited.
Extremely. I was trying to come up with another ad.